Hi gorgeous people. I just thought it's Friday and I usually put out some content on Friday. A blog about the thoughts of the past week, and really the thing that's been most on my mind this week has been what's happening in India. And Buddha agrees that it's been really hard to watch and, feeling a bit helpless really. So what we did on Wednesday was we dedicated our meditation practice to India. And I know, that, it's not much, but it does help with that feeling of helplessness that comes, when there's a global tragedy. And, you're a fortunate spectator. I think that's how I feel. And a devastated spectator as well. So anyway, we've been dedicating our practice this week to India. And, I wanted to talk a little bit about dealing with, the emotions that come up when there is a global event like this, and there's been so many lately. That when something happens on a global scale, it kind of makes you feel incredibly small and a bit insignificant really. And that hurts the ego, doesn't it? But don't worry about that too much. But yeah, so you can feel, about the environment as well, which is, it's a tragedy. What's happening? What's unfolding? And of course, COVID is just a tragedy, a global tragedy. So how do we deal with these really big global events? And the really big feelings come up as a result of, things that feel really, that we're powerless over and we're a part of as an unwilling participant, And I think what really helps me, and I was thinking about this today, what really helps me is this Buddhist concept of interconnectedness. And that means that any moment that unfolds is the result of many, many other moments which have also unfolded. And the collaboration of certain moments have resulted in certain outcomes, and that any moment that happens, even on a global scale, has had many, many thousands and millions of moments contributed to it. So in that way it kind of dissipates the intensity of the crisis a little. Knowing that there was a series of events that led up to what's happening, the crisis that's unfolding in India. And there's also lots of people who are helping, Looking for the helpers is one of the most positive things you can do. So thinking about India and thinking about the environment and, the level of poverty that has increased as a result of COVID, these things are really, really overwhelming thoughts, I find, to think about. And yet they're a reality. So I think how you accept that reality is by breaking it down into these multiple moments which led to the culmination of these events. And you see that in breaking it down, that there was an incredible amount of people who were trying to help. So, I really think that most people are really good. And most people are trying to do the right thing. And still, tragedies happen. And the only way that I can sort of not fall into a deep, deep depression, which is completely unhealthy, is to, try to break it down into more manageable parts. And by seeing the culmination of events, and also by seeing the goodness in people, and that people are trying to help, even if that's not what has happened. And I think too, when you have that realization that, you're not perfect, and even your best sometimes really sucks, and that we're all fallible and vulnerable, even if we don't want to admit it. So, anyway, just thinking about India, and so tomorrow's practice, we're going to dedicate our practice to India. I hope that you'll come and join us. It's lovely to see you there. 10 o'clock, go through meetups, Kyla, Mindful Yoga, and join us via Zoom. Okay, see you tomorrow. Namaste.